Okay, everyone, I want to say thank you so much for coming today to this meeting here, the Zoom meeting. And Tammy's a great leader, and the Williams, really appreciate you all for taking the time to take a look at Healy, the world's first, I call this the world's first little tiny artificial intelligence frequency device that sends frequencies from your cell phone to this little device to help your body rebalance itself using these frequencies. And first of all, I'm going to discuss how I found out about Healy, because as I was saying earlier, I really truly believe in the law of attraction. And I could tell that I just had the feeling that there was going to be something that was going to come into my life. And it's very interesting that, that a lot of people that I speak to, and this may resonate with some of you all out there, that sometimes we just have that feeling something special is going to come in our life, and boom, it does. And that's what Healy was in this instance. So that was about 9 months ago. So my background is I was a real estate agent for 10 years. Then I've been involved in cryptocurrency full-time, network marketer for the past 6 years with a few different projects. But I always have said that health is the ultimate wealth. And, you know, life is short, play hard, and take care of yourself, right? So I'm going to start back about 5 years ago, right before I got into cryptocurrency. I had been actually dealing with some health complications, and I was diagnosed with, I've got some brain scans here from the EINSTEIN clinic, who has more brain scan results than anyone in the entire world. And I was diagnosed with an early onset dementia, specifically frontal temporal lobe dementia. They said potentially early onset Alzheimer's and post-traumatic stress disorder. And this is my brain scans of about 10 years getting scanned. I would get scanned basically every 3 years. I was married at the time when this first started happening to me, when I started having symptoms of depression, anxiety, these kind of things, lack of focus. I got scanned back then, and I'm a father of 2 beautiful daughters, ages 7 and 12. So watching and feeling my brain and noticing everything that was getting complicated in my life over time. 3 years later, got scanned again. 3 years later, got scanned again. You can see how proliferated my brain was and stuff. And I'll get to this scan in a minute, my latest scan. And I'm not making any health claims on here, but I'm just talking about my experience. I had bought a PMF device to help me, a pulsating electromagnetic frequency mat, back 5 years ago. And this is when like Beamer started coming around and all this stuff. And I was using the PMF because I wanted to increase the blood flow, thinking that would help with my brain. All 4 of my grandparents have passed away from dementia, Alzheimer's. And that's a very, and 50% of the United States people are faced with Alzheimer's also nowadays for all kinds of reasons. Okay, we know that everything in the world is frequency, and on a daily basis, we're bombarded by the 5G, the 4G networks, the Wi-Fi's, all these things, and everything in the world is frequency, guys. It doesn't matter if this bottle, we are all frequency. The gap between our atoms, it's like, I heard something the other day, it was like, if you took a quarter and you put it into in the middle of a stadium, that is like what the nucleus is within an atom or something like this. So the space between, it's the frequency right there. So I was using the PMF mat, and it was $7,000 or so, that $7,500 I had purchased this mat. I was using it again to try to get the blood flow going, because NASA was using this technology in space to help the astronauts who weren't subjected to gravitational pull, to stimulate the muscles. If you guys aren't aware what PMF is, pulsating electromagnetic frequency, that's what it does, is gets the blood flow going, okay? And all that. So I was using that, but the problem was with that device is that it was bulky. I had a big old mat that was about like this big or something like this. I had a big old box. I had these huge cables coming off it and stuff. And so to carry it from my office here to my living room upstairs to my bedroom upstairs, to take it on vacation if I wanted to, excuse my French, was a pain in the ass. So I just kind of quit using it over time, even though I liked it, didn't really feel anything too much from it, didn't really do all that much, and my brain kept deteriorating. So again, that was 5 years ago or so. I was doing cryptocurrency through this entire time, and 9 months ago, my friend Martin Smith contacted me from the Philippines, which he wasn't even really a friend back then, he was just a Facebook acquaintance. He said to me, Ryan, I know you're involved in cryptocurrency full time, but I have this, he goes, I know you bought a PMF mat. And he goes, I just ended up selling my $20,000 PMF mats for this little tiny $500 device right here. And I thought to myself in the back of my head, oh, shoot, I should probably go sell my mat right away here because I'm already sold on this as he's doing that. I hopefully can get $2,500 for my mat, which I did on eBay. And I ended up buying this device even before I sold my other one. So I started using this device for 3 weeks, and I started noticing a tremendous better connection. I felt a lot more focused. And honestly, guys, it was to a point for me where I almost I had done very well in other network marketing companies, very, very blessed, even though with everything I had faced. But I would go in stints with my work, and I've been a stay-at-home dad, thank goodness, because of what I'm able to do. But my brain was shutting down so bad, I almost handed my license because I could not pay attention to the cars around me and the people crossing the street walk and other things. And anyways, after using the Healy device for 3 weeks, I all of a sudden could focus better. And I felt more connected with my 2 children as well. And I was like, there's got to be something going on here. And so what I do, guys, is I put these little ear clips here on my ears right here, or else you can wear them on your wrist straps as well. Or else for those people that have pain, they can put the electrodes on their skin in the particular areas. And I think it's known as a class 2 medical device or something. Don't quote me on that, but we have the FDA approval or whatever process going. It's done, and whatever the certification is, I'll put this in the exact description, in the video description on YouTube here. So I went and immediately went back to the EINSTEIN clinic, who has, again, the most brain scans out of anyone in the world organized. We have one here in Bellevue, Washington, where I'm at. There's 8 of these locations worldwide. I had them scan my brain again, and my brain scans had improved so much that what I did was I went and laminated these in a sequence like this to tell the story. I scheduled an appointment to meet with the head supervisor of the EINSTEIN clinic, and she had not met me before. I'd just been working with the doctor over there, and she said it was the most impressive results that they had ever seen before. And these guys, again, they're in 15 states. 15, they've got, my apologies. They're in 8 different things around. They've been around for 15 years is what I meant. They have 8 locations or whatever. And I mean, Dr. Daniel Amen has done TED Talks on the brain and all this stuff. If you haven't taken a look at them, it's www.amenclics.com. So I met with the head lady there, and she told me that this is the biggest change that they've ever seen. Look at those results right there, guys. You're just looking for something smooth compared to where my brain was before, where you can see it just holes all over the place and these other images and stuff right here. See that? Okay. I had even a scuba diving accident where I was down 100 feet and got narked out of my mind out here on San Juan Islands and swam up to the top of the surface. And I think that contributed a little bit to this. So anyways, after that, it was really divine timing, because I remember now it was 11/11? Yeah, it was 11/11 roughly. Paul Allen Brain Institute, which is also in Seattle here, they had a 2-day symposium. It was their last symposium. Paul Allen helped start Microsoft. He passed about a year ago, but they had about 30 different colleges, universities, different office doctors, people that were doing different studies out there involving brain health, and they were all getting together for wine and cheese and stuff like this for this 2-day symposium. We would mix and mingle, and people could attend this. So I decided after meeting with my goal was to connect the Paul Allen Brain Institute with the EINSTEIN clinics, and that had never happened before. And so I have put those 2 people together right now, and we have the head of both those facilities together, and we were waiting for the FDA process to do more studies. So I met with the top 3 people that run the Paul Allen Brain Institute here in Seattle. There's about 300 employees there, and they said, again, it was the biggest breakthrough that they had seen. And also I met with MIT was there, that did the frequency study of 40 hertz frequency, which has been proven, you can Google this, to remove the amyloid plaques off the receptor sites for Alzheimer's. Okay, I'm not saying that our company does this, but this is specifically the 40 hertz frequency. So the PMF mats only have a range of up to about 10 hertz, okay, right above the Schumann resonance. They call this the Earth's frequency, if I'm saying that correctly. But Healy itself goes from 0.1 hertz oh my goodness, there's a lot more people here. Let all these people in this group. Healy goes from a 0.1 hertz range up to 1 million hertz, 1 million hertz. You may say, hey, that's really high hertz right there. But the thing about it is hertz are okay if it's in short blasts. So the Healy device uses artificial intelligence to actually, it's almost like sonar. It beams into our body. It comes back and it decides what frequencies to play and for how long. And then it saturates our body with the frequencies that it needs for particular programs. So we have 300,000 frequencies now at Healy. Okay, I'm not bashing on Beamer. I have a mat upstairs still. I ended up buying another one just to lay on and stuff as well, just for the heck of it. But because I love frequencies so much. And we're using square wave technology over at Healy, which is different than what Beamer is using. And the frequency range again is only to 10 hertz with Healy, with Beamer. 40 hertz was where the Alzheimer's thing was with MIT's done the studies on it. Do the Google on that. And then also we go up to 1 million hertz. So our company Healy is backed by more people join right now. 35 people here, great, thank you. So we are backed by a $15 billion super hedge fund, okay? I'll get to that in a second on who's on the board of this company, why it's so strong, and I haven't identified a weakest link yet whatsoever, to be honest with you, which I like to do. But after going back to the Paul Allen Brain Institute, they really liked what they had saw, so they are connected now. And there will be further studies in the future because they're using transmagnetic therapy over at for example, at the Eamon Clinics, which is like $200 a session or $300 a session. And it's only targeting a small portion of our brain. When we're putting the ear clips, for example, on our brain to run these programs, it's going across our entire body. Just because it's going through here, it's connecting through, the frequency has an ability to go around us, okay? Like it has, I don't know, maybe it goes out 3 feet or something like that, like Beamer Mat does or something, right? So where I was going with this is I didn't see myself getting into this business, guys. I wasn't looking really for a business, even though I could tell something was going to come into my life. But the results were so profound for me personally that I wanted to share this with other people. And I noticed as I was sharing this with other people, here I was connecting with healers and all these people in different healing modalities out there. It's just the amazing culture that we're building here. And I was, I also had an instance where I broke my foot. I'll use another example of what it's done for me. Besides, I think it's turned my hair darker also, actually, too. My brother, he's 2 years younger, and he's got way more gray hair than I do now, okay? But I had a broken foot. I fell 20 feet off a ladder 20 years ago, broke my talus bone. It's the thickest bone in your body. And they put 2 screws across my talus bone. After I did this with my brain, I was after feeling results on this, I decided to put the straps around my feet. So you can actually put the straps with electrodes. I had them on my feet. And what it'll do is it'll send a pulse up from one foot, all the way up, because it's got to connect. These 2 things have got to run the frequency on the plus and negative from one side to the other. You follow? Okay. So wherever you put this in the body, it's going to go through one and out the other to finish that signal. I put those on my feet. And after doing this for 2 sessions only, guys and ladies, I was able to actually get up that morning. I did one at 9 o'clock in the morning, again at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I was able to walk down the stairs the first time in my life without having sore joints and holding on to the railing at 43 years old. I think I was 42 at the time, and walking down the stairs without having pain in my joints. Because when I would walk, even though I did physical therapy back in the day, I would walk on the outside of my foot and roll my foot. It wasn't really noticeable, but I consciously could not change how my foot would operate to compensate for the nerve damage or the energy blockage or whatever happened during that fall. In the Healy fixed that right away. I wasn't able to run at all anymore. And now I have no problem running or anything like this at all. So that's phenomenal. Okay, so we have a lot of case studies with Healy and stuff like this and frequencies that back what we're talking about. But the thing about it is that if you break this little tiny device and said that just 2 things that's proven to do for sure, which is reduce inflammation and increase the cellular ATP production, that's the energy production, okay? I think it raises it 500%. That alone is so important right there, okay? In a day and age where we're sitting at the computer, where, you know, it's not like we're hunting and gathering food anymore out in the woods, right? We want to have something that's going to be stimulating the blood flow, the energy through our body, because here we are at a computer or we're driving. We're not. So that's really important because it's getting that stimulation through our body, and that's why NASA has started working with frequency science the past few years to keep their astronauts in good health. Okay, I need to, 1 second, please. Okay, so now I wasn't planning on building this business, but after I had these results, I started turning it on to a lot of people, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so refreshing. It's so refreshing to be part of a company where there is no competition out there. We truly have no competition, and I'm sure we have a lot of network marketers on this call, and here we are with the coronavirus lockdown, and people need a way to work from home. Okay, the Healy is backed by a $15 billion super hedge fund, and one of the owners of that hedge fund has dedicated $100 million to this project. No joke, okay, if you're not aware of that. That's the truth. And then Marcus Schmiecki, the owner of Timewaver, it was a 15-year-old parent company, Timewaver out of Germany, so German technology, another bonus, okay, especially when it comes to pharmaceutical stuff and stuff. Okay, that's a good country to be out of. He is a renowned book author where he's written tons and tons of books on frequency, like in 25 different languages. Marcus Schmiecki has, and he was a monk for like 12 years. Okay, I don't know who does this, but this guy goes down deep into his monkhood, into his meditations, and that's what I love about what Healy's doing, because from what I understand, everything that this company does now, it's almost like DARPA or something like that, or Amazon or any great company. They've already planned stuff out 3 to 5 years from now. They're already out there. They've already developed stuff that's way out there, which means they're in this for the long haul, and they're innovative, and they're very strategic in what they're doing right now. So now here we are in 43 countries or so. The United States is going to be opening up Friday. I've personally signed up 150 people into this. I've got like 1,500 people on my team. I've worked nearly 6 months to build this without an income. I don't care, but it truly is a blessing to be able to help people with their health, because this is so important, and the money will come. And that is so refreshing. After all these things, we've all been selling stuff our entire lives to make ends meet, or make, do even more better than that. But to be able to bring something to someone's life that they've never seen before is like, it's so refreshing. And when it comes to building a business, you want something that's easy duplicatable. So all I do is I send this 2.5-minute video to people, which I'll put down below here in the comments at the end of this video here. And I just say, hey, have you seen this 2.5-minute video? Because everyone has 2.5 minutes to take a look at the video. If you have not seen our official commercial for Healy, it's wonderful. And it talks about, the power of frequencies and why it's so important right now. And it truly is. I mean, you look at like the people like Bruce Lipton's, the Joe Dispensons, the Greg Bradens, all these motivational coaches, what do they talk about? They talk about raising your vibration. But a lot of times as we go down this rabbit hole, which I really love about this business as well, because it's such a deep concept. It's not like, here's my protein shake. Oh, this is why mine's better than yours, has this ingredient from da-da-da-da, these crazy stories about these ingredients. No, this is a science and technology that Einstein and Tesla has said that it was the future of medicine anyways. So I told someone this morning, I said, don't take my word for it. I just listened to what Tesla and Einstein say, so I passed the blame on, how good this is. But you all, I truly feel that with where Healy is going, we're not going to see competition come into this space at all for quite a long time, because we simply have a device that makes the frequencies up. We also have a smartphone watch too that will do your digital nutrition and tell your body what frequencies it needs in real time. It's like the Fitbit, if you haven't seen this. Fitbit was acquired by Google for billions and billions of dollars. And that little dang watch, look how popular it is, probably some of you have it on in here, doesn't even give your body anything back in return. So our Healy watch is better than the Fitbit watch, okay? Our price point with the Healy device, there's 4 different price points from the device. And these are a few things I like about Healy, is that number one, I've got free members from Africa, for example, where these people are really hard up on funds. They don't have a lot of money. They can come in as a free member, lock a position, the binary compensation plan, and actually earn a commission, okay? For example, if I'm gonna make $500 on the sale of a Healy, let's say, we'll get a more compensation plan later on if you like, but they would make basically half that as a free member, which that is $250. That will sustain some Africans nicely in Africa, okay? And with the power of the internet, they have the ability to go worldwide. But my point is they don't have to come up with the $500 to buy an entry level at Healy. So we have the $500 level. We've got basically the $1,000 level. Don't quote me exactly on this because euros, not good at converting euros. It fluctuates. The $1,500 level, and we got the $2,400 level right now for the Healy device right there. It's the same hardware device, but you're getting more programs for all the different Healy levels that you come at. And also the compensation plan increases as you go up. So we are selling I love digital technology, and we can make good profits on it because it is IP, right? What's IP? Property, intellectual property. We're selling IP. There's no shipping on digital, okay, IP technology. Okay, so that way we can pay bigger commissions. We have an 8-level deep check match compensation plan in this. We have a Porsche electric car bonus program. We've got people in this company with 45,000 members already on board with us that are making $85,000+ a month. And truly, this is just the beginning of this right here. I've got friends making $25,000 a month and all this, but it's like the growth of it is so organic and so amazing, and the culture that we're building here is different than any company, excuse me, that I've been affiliated with. So I'm really thankful to have you all on board with us. There's 35 of you here right now, and I just want to, I think at this time, open up for questions and have a drink. Well, I'm going to unmute this, so 1 second, please. Unmute all. Go ahead.
I have a question about the Africa market, because I know we're not open there yet, but I do have a good friend that lives out there. So how does that work about signing them up?
Well, from what I understand, we're going to be opening up. Once the United States open, you're going to see South America, Central America, Mexico up to Canada, open up big time. I'm going to mute out again. There you go. You will see a lot of other countries open up extremely quickly. And from what I understand, the African continent is going to be something that is going to open up pretty quickly over there. I think it's going to be one of their next big focuses because we're all up all over Europe. We're all over Asia. We're all in Australia, New Zealand, all up that way. But that's one of the main focus are because a lot of the top leaders in this company do have, and the leadership is phenomenal. Like Dirk Zemian he's from Carrot Bars. He's successfully built these companies, like top of line guy, amazing guy, gentleman. And okay, so what they can do is they can sign up, they can collect the commissions in the back office for now to answer your question. And then as soon as they open in the country, they'll be able to pay those out right there. And they may be able to do it sooner or later than that. But there you go. Let me unmute that for now.
And my one other question was, for the countries that are already open.
1 second, Julie. I'm going to just unmute you. Someone's kind of loud back there. My apologies. Let me unmute you. Unmute. Go ahead.
Okay. For the countries that are already open, do they also get a free startup until May 1st, or are they coming in at the package prices?
Yes. So everyone can join here for free. Until May 1st. That's a really good deal because then you can get away with not paying the business fee for the deeper levels of the compensation plan moving forward. And everyone that you sign up goes into the holding tank. You want to make sure that you get these people placed right away. Did that answer your question right there? I made that.
But for the countries, for the countries that are already open, like say New Zealand, do they still get that as well, or because they're already open, they don't get that May 1st deal?
I'm not too familiar with that, to be honest with you, and I don't have the answer to that question right there. I'll look into that for you, Julie. I'm really focused on the United States right now, and so let me get back to you on that, please.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, we were on the Zoom call yesterday with Stefano,
Yes.
and that is worldwide until May 1st. So May 1st, anyone coming in worldwide will be charged the fee.
There you go. Okay, thank you.
And I have a few questions and maybe a couple comments.
Okay.
All right, so we have a lot of new people on the call. Some of the people have even yet to sign up, but for the most part, most of the people are like brand spanking new. So I would like for you, if you can, what is the best approach, simplified, to get started now so people aren't stuck trying to figure things out and kind of waste or lose time before the actual launch? How would you, as a new person coming in, doing what you've been doing for 6 months, what are the first maybe 3 things you would do? How would you approach that for a brand new person who might be overwhelmed, lots of information, very excited, but still doesn't really know where to go or what to do? What would be your recommendation there?
Yes, thank you. Great question there. So what I would first of all recommend doing is that people come in, they lock the free membership first of all, and as you're going through the enrollment process, just to touch base on this, when it asks for your bank account information, your tax information, or your passport, anything like this, VAT or anything like this, just click on next, 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 and just move forward right there, and just until you have an ID created. Then make sure that your sponsor places you right away in the tree. I am a big fan. What I'm teaching my people to do, and I'm going to put a link down here for you all, is I'm training my people how to drive traffic off of YouTube. Okay, and this is so amazing because I have this free software that you just download this videos off of YouTube, and you guys have access to any video on my YouTube channel, for example. Okay, you can download the Healy videos onto your desktop, re-upload them onto your channel, and drive traffic to your own site, because Healy is a very trending word. I've got like 3,000 views already on my main Healy website thing right here. I'm going to send this over to you real quick so you have this as a software called Clip Grab. So I'm really enjoying building here. I'm gonna put this in our message real quick right here, guys. And I'll also put in the YouTube channel too, on the YouTube video there, so it's there too. But I would recommend putting that, once you upload that onto your YouTube channel, that you put that onto your Facebook page or your social media, and just let people know that you're involved in this new frequency health technology, is what I call this, a frequency health technology. I don't call this a medical device, even though we have FDA stuff going on with it. We don't talk about healing or treating or anything like this. We talk about giving sessions. I like to do a session, a frequency health technology device. And I would recommend getting a device right away and letting people try it, because they're going to feel this the very first second that they put this on this. Every single frequency has its own pulses going through your body, which feels really cool and relaxing and awesome. And let me see. And then get those people, once they like that post right there, guys, we're talking about marketing here. Once they like that video, add them to our Facebook group that we have. I'll put a link for the Facebook group here as well. And I want to make sure that everyone joins that Facebook group. We just have about 1,035 people now in that group right now. Phenomenal start here, but I'm predicting this is going to blow up. The other thing I would do on the marketing side here to have massive success is just write a little thing that says, hey, so-and-so, have you checked out this 2.5-minute video, and put that YouTube link that you just upload on your thing, personalize it to their name, obviously, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, send it through all your Facebook contacts that you feel that would really like to learn about this. And again, once they like it, add them to the Facebook group, say, hey, do you mind if I send you more information? And I will, if you guys contact me, I will send you my email templates. Again, if you could just please text me. I'm going to put my cell phone number down below here. You can take my number here, 206 396-9778. Ryan Conley is my name. I will email you that template if you could just put your full name and email, and then you can revise that template to wherever you see best fit to be able to shoot it off to your clients, your prospects with your YouTube links in it.
We're not seeing your text or what you're putting.
That was the iPhone. Julie, my apologies here. Okay, 1 second. I'm just revising this here on. It was only going to copy. Okay, I was sent to iPhone. Julie, let me send this to everyone. Okay, here you go. Okay, I'm going to send you guys one more thing. So there's my information right there, guys. And then I'm going to send you this click route information here as well in this text. Again, okay. That shows how to drive traffic on YouTube. It's an 18-minute training video I did to download videos. Do you have a question there?
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
Let me wrap up with, I'm sorry, I don't know everyone here yet. So,
yeah. So another thing I'd like to maybe comment on, you're going to actually attract a lot of Beamer people. I'm a Beamer person myself, and there's quite a few on here, but I definitely would recommend that well, first of all, so Beamer uses actually multiple frequencies. It does use a 30 hertz. Actually, it's a range 28 to 30,
okay.
And between 8 and 10 as well. And they actually do that at the same time. So I wouldn't highlight that as much. Like what I like about Healy versus like a Beamer, first of all, you have the full range of frequencies that you have access to. It's portable. It's a lot more affordable. And those are the kinds of things I would highlight. So when I speak to Beamer people, that's kind of what I talk about, because I don't try to compare it to a Beamer. Beamer is specific to one thing, and that's vasomotion.
Right. And that's why I personally went back and actually bought another PEMF mat later on.
Right.
Just to be clear, I'm not putting Beamer down. I think very highly of them for sure. And we all, they've got their own custom frequency waves. There's a lot to this that we don't even know about yet. So I'm not putting it down. I think they definitely work hand in hand, and I appreciate your feedback.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying, I think you're going to approach, there are a lot of Beamer people that will see this, and, I would be careful not to get them all worked up, right? Because
yeah, of course.
A lot of them will get worked up because they're very passionate about Beamer. And so if it's worded in a different way to where it doesn't feel like you're, or that it's, that Beamer is not a good technology, but it's a great addition to Beamer, I think that's a better approach.
Yeah, and just for clarification, I think it is a phenomenal technology. I think from a business standpoint, the price point and everything of Healy and their marketing and stuff that they're doing and all the things together, and everything, the story behind it, it's possibly an easier sell just because of the price point. I'll leave it at that. Hello.
Absolutely, and that's what I would highlight most, really.
Thank you. Did I answer all your questions?
Yes, sir.
Can you guys hear me? This is Dee. Raj, I really respect, your whole stance on this. And I was just wondering if you would take a moment and explain why you're so excited about this Healy product. I have a lot of new people on this call, and, they're sort of like, what did you put me on? What Zoom? So I was just wondering if you would just take a moment and just explain why you're excited about this Healy product and how you see it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Beamer, like I mentioned, is specifically a vascular therapy. So it's for vasomotion, and that can help your body in many ways. But Beamer isn't going to address every issue that you have. What I love about the Healy is if you have an issue like with a kidney or a liver, you could target that specifically, right? Yeah. So that is a great way to kind of really just really accelerate your healing by addressing the body in the frequencies that are required for that particular organ or that particular function. And so I think it is an amazing addition to what the Beamer can do. But the other points that I really enjoy about this is, first of all, it's very affordable. So your average person could actually afford one. The Beamer is, more of an investment, really. Number two, it's portable, and you have access to 120 programs, 144,000 frequencies, and it's updated. So next month they can come out with a whole new program package And then you're also addressing things like, as an example, the Meridian programs or the Chakra programs. These are really amazing programs. And then you have the analytics as well, right? Which you don't have with Beamer. Beamer has no diagnostic capability whatsoever. You just lay on the Beamer. Most people don't feel anything. My understanding is that with the Healy, you actually do feel stuff. For the most part, especially with certain frequency ranges, you could actually feel the microcurrents kind of going through your body. And so people have that immediate feedback. So it's a much better kind of way to sell someone on it. Not that we're selling, but we're sharing. So I believe the opportunity is the right time, right? It's a brand new opportunity. It's not saturated. You're at the very top. No one knows about Healy. So the time is right. We have the COVID situation currently going on. People are at home, twiddling their thumb, worried about their finances and their health. So this is the time to be talking to people, building. And what I'm saying is that the reception is absolutely phenomenal. Even when I talk to Beamer people, they're intrigued, or non-Beamer people. People are intrigued regardless, because even people that really don't know anything about frequency medicine, if you talk to them in a way to where, hey, you address their concerns and you show, hey, I have a potential solution to your problem. Here it is. And it's a rocket ship about to take off. People get very excited very quickly. So there's really a lot to like about the company, the timing, the price point, and the technology. And from my perspective, there is no real downside here.
Raj, I just want to say that you're absolutely amazing, and I can tell you're very professional, and I just appreciate your leadership and knowledge on this call. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Can we purchase a Healy now, or is not until May?
So the next Friday, Frequency Friday, I believe it's 9 o'clock in the morning. I'll make sure you guys are all added to the list. I'll get this out to you all, Dee. So that it calls Frequency Friday, 9 o'clock. Rick Fleshman will be on the call, who's head of USA distributorship. And we will be able to order at that time. And there'll be some specific discounts going on also. So that'll give us basically 1 week to get everything in order. So I believe that way sponsors are not getting, it keeps it all organized for the sponsors that are downline are not buying before them. So I have a week to kind of figure that out. You understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Until the 1st. So this Friday, which is, what day is it? It's already Tuesday. That'll be the Friday the 24th at 9 o'clock in the morning Pacific, 1 o'clock p.m. Pacific. Oh, my apologies. It is going to be 9 o'clock in the morning Pacific on Friday.
Ryan, this is Vanessa. I just wanted to say one thing. I've been working with frequencies for a couple of years, and it is amazing what they can do. But for those people who are skeptic out there, another thing that I love about this, and everything that Raj said is exactly what I tell people, is that it's a 30-day, 100% money back guarantee. So if you don't feel it, it's really, you don't lose anything.
Right. Exactly, Vanessa. And I also say to people, hey, for the price of going to the doctor, what are you going to spend? $250 basically going to the doctor, add a few supplements on there. Here you're walking away with a device that you can use as many times as you want. I wear this thing all day long. I mean, quite a bit of the day, actually. And then also it's from a marketing standpoint, it's kind of an in-your-face thing. So as you have this thing clipped to your shirt, for example, right, during a call or something like that, you're like, well, what is that? Oh, I'm just, adjusting my frequencies. Have you heard of this little device? Oh, you haven't? Here's this 2.5-minute video. It's the simplest thing to duplicate, just like that. You're correct.
And it's not just for them, but it's for their family, their friends. I mean, it's something that, with it being, wearable and portable, there is so many things. And of course, you didn't even touch on all the stuff it can do, but it is amazing.
Yeah, we have I have a phenomenal thing. For those of you that contact me in email, I'm going to see you the most amazing broken down list of all the frequencies and stuff like this. This is a little thing I had laminated up right here. And I also have this thing I had laminated, which is the spinal cord, and this is not from Healy or anything like this, but I've spoken to different chiropractors. They're talking about the spinal cord basically being like a piano keyboard. So the different frequencies have an effect on different parts of our body that tie into the meridians and the nerves as well. This is another thing I use for my demonstrations right there.
Hi, Ryan. This is Chuck. Just a quick question. So that chart looked great. So obviously each organ resonates at a different frequency. So by looking at that chart, you can basically dial in whatever organ in the body you're trying to target. Is that kind of the goal, right?
That's correct. So in our Chinese meridians channels here, I love going to acupuncturists and stuff and showing them this, because it's every organ that you can think of. And the database that Timewaver has with this, Chuck, is so extensive. I also have practitioners of the parent company, Timewaver, that if you would like specific frequencies made for certain things that you're facing with your health, they will schedule an hour-long consultation with you on a Zoom call for $100, and they have the power to make three different, they walk you through a screen share looking at their Timewaver technology, and you can pick the frequencies to make into one different program, and has all broken down, and they can beam it over to those three programs, or one program, whatever you buy off them. I think one's like $40 or whatever, but they'll beam it over particularly to your phone, so you can have additional custom, like I've got some PTSD frequencies and stuff that I had put together on my device that I custom had made for myself on this. Again,
No, that's fantastic.
But they're the ones that I felt looking through the Timewaver vast things with Rife and all this stuff. Those are the ones.
Does it have any link with any cymatics technology where you can visualize the frequency that you're beaming to your organ? Anything of that nature yet?
Well, when you do, I came in, what you were talking about, Roger, you're talking about how, I came in, the people that you bring this, a lot of times we can do what you do, right? So I decided to come in at the very, very top, because when you have the chakra system, and I was sold when they were talking pineal gland, all this active stuff and everything, I was like, I want that right there. And you're going to be able to tell me with the resonance thing what my body needs, instead of me just shooting in the dark. Because we may feel particularly that we have a certain ailment. Let's say that we have depression. Maybe that's a liver or kidney issue. And we're like, oh no, it's just all my brain. Like our bodies are so complex, right? So I'd rather rely on the technology using the resonance app at the highest level right there to be able to tell me what was going on. And when I started doing that twice a day in my first 3 weeks of working with it, I had like this kind of, I found myself going into this reset. I remember my body, I would take naps in the middle of the day, which I never do. And my body came out just like refreshed in a different way than it ever had. And that's when I started seeing a difference in how I was feeling.
That's outstanding. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you, Chuck.
Hey, Ryan, I just wanted to mention one more thing, something that really excited me when I first heard about Healy, and that is what will be available with the digital nutrition. So that digital nutrition app, basically it has the ability to scan your body, report the nutrient deficiencies, and then support your body's ability to extract and metabolize those nutrients. And again, this is all in real time and what your body needs on a daily basis. So I think that that's huge, because for someone like me, I hate swallowing pills. If I can get my digital nutrition, and I may spend about $500 on supplements a month for myself personally, if I can get that through an app, and let's say the charge for that or subscription for that is, $69 a month, that is way cheaper and way better for me, because I don't like to swallow pills, to be able to get that through that digital nutrition app. So things like that, when I think about frequency medicine and how it can impact the health of our bodies and balance and strengthen our bioenergetic fields, that was huge for me as well.
Yeah, for sure. And that's a great point, Tammy. And also, when we're taking vitamins, it's hard on our liver or whatever it is to process this nutrition, even though it's good for it. We're going to, so here's an example, for example, from here's the frequency of serotonin. Okay, this is some of the things that I don't have yet, but it's on the digital app. I found that this is interesting. This is taurine in B complex. They call this a Red Bull, a digital Red Bull. I mean, just crazy stuff like that. The frequencies of those, because every single vitamin out there has its own frequency to it. So it's really, it's a big rabbit hole. We are. Yes. Thank you, Tammy. Hello.
Hi, Ryan. Hi, this is Kathy. I have a question. So, we've always heard that frequencies are bad for you, and cause cancer and that type of thing. How does this differ from those types of frequencies?
Well, you always got to question the source of who says that frequencies are bad for you, right? There's a reason why like Rife was shut down and Tesla and all these people in history. And we look also, Kathy, at the 5G towers. They don't seem to have an issue putting 5G towers, every block basically nowadays moving forward and raising the frequencies up. But the difference between that is that we're only applying frequencies in small doses. So for example, it's not good to listen to binaural beats for all day long type thing, okay? It's not healthy. I think they say don't even listen to binaural beats, which sound is frequency, obviously. Colors are frequency. It's not good to do that more than 2 hours, for example. With our device, we're just using 10-second frequency increments. And once the body is saturated for a certain frequency, it says, okay, we're good on that one. Let's move on to applying the rest of the frequencies that the person is deficient on, for example.
Hey, Ryan, can I interject on
Sure.
that?
Yeah, Raj.
Yeah, so everything is frequency. Frequencies everywhere, right? I mean, there are frequencies that are good for you and there are frequencies that are not good for you.
Correct.
So as an example, 4G, 5G, they're using frequencies that will disrupt function. And so, but there are frequencies that will be helpful to you. So not all frequencies are the same. Some will interfere with function, some will boost it. So as long as you're resonating with the right frequency of that particular cell or function or tissue, then it will support it, right? But if you are disrupting that through a frequency that is not resonating properly with that, then that will disrupt it. So it's about understanding which frequencies are beneficial to biology. The problem with EMF and electromagnetic smog is they're using frequencies that are not friendly to biology. Like as an example, gamma rays, right? That's a frequency that will disrupt DNA and all kinds of stuff. But so some frequencies good, some frequencies bad. It's about which frequencies you're getting. And what we have here is we have lots of research, 15 years, and actually microcurrents go back much further back. So I mean, this is well understood, well researched, and as long as you're getting the right frequencies, then you should really not be concerned with that. The problem is what frequencies are you exposed to? Wi-Fi, 5G, all these things are going to be harmful to you. But with what we're delivering here with the Healy, these are bio-friendly frequencies.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, that's correct. And I was just trying to pull up on the app where we have this whole, when you're in at the higher levels also in this, you have the protection frequencies. And this is really interesting as well because it talks about like I was trying to get to it so I can just show you the programs on this, but they're talking about different, let's go here, the protection right here. And you don't necessarily have to have the device with the electrodes on you or the ear clips to get the benefits of the frequencies. Here is a list of the protection programs right here. So general protection, cell protection, electrosensitivity protection, sleeping, geopathy, planet alignment actually and stuff. So where I'm going with this is you can actually just unplug the wires to the Healy right here, put this into your pocket, turn one of these things on, one of these programs. It takes 10 seconds for it to transmit over the device via Bluetooth. Then you can turn your phone off. So those that have a question about, is it emitting Bluetooth all the time? The answer is no. And you can put that thing, like when I'm working out, I'll put this thing and put the strength one on or weight loss or something like this in my gym shorts and do my workout with my Healy in my pocket actually. So.
Hey, Ryan.
Yeah, Jane.
Hi. Yeah, this is Jane, and my friend Mary is on here too. And Raj, thank you. That was a great description. And so being familiar with like this device, but on a big level, like only practitioners could have, and I don't think I need to name the device by name, but they're selling for $23,000 right now. Right. And my friend Mary's on here too, and she got a used one. like 10 years ago. So we're really familiar with this stuff, and it's amazing. And you're talking about a lot of really cool stuff here. I call this one of those devices, but a pocket size, because who can afford $23,000 that you have to be hooked up to, right? Or you have to be in the same room, or but it does the exact same thing. So I call this a pocket one of those. It's just amazing. But what I want to say, coming from a networking background and want to help a lot of people, we can get bogged down with all of this. I think just keep in mind, and if you're new and it seems so overwhelming, keep it so simple. Who do you know that has pain, who has migraines, maybe has fibromyalgia, maybe has a wound, maybe they're diabetic, maybe they need to lose some weight? I mean, think on those general terms. The practitioners, yes, they will, there's a difference. A practitioner, yeah, target practitioners, they will love to have these in their practice. But then there's the everyday people. Those are the people that we all know. So if we can keep it on a super simple level for that, and you can always learn as you go, but don't let all this information stop you from just sharing basic things with people, because that's when it's going to take off, and that's when we're going to get the Healys moved around the world.
Yeah, thank you, Jade, for that. And just so you know, it's Marcus Schmicke's goal. He wants to have this in 100 million homes for people to have. So I don't think he'd want that to be the case if it was something that wasn't necessary or very effective. And also, just, you know, after we're 20, 30, 40 years old, 50, whatever, we've tried everything for certain things. Like if we have depression, for example, like I've suffered from and others have suffered from, or anxiety or any of these things, you know, we may have tried absolutely everything out there, but they're like, oh, there's something else. This frequency thing's a possibility. People will take a leap of faith. $500, people will spend that coming into a product-based company, you know, even a coffee company, anything like that. So it's phenomenal. Thank you for that. All right, guys, we are now, let's see how many we have on the call still here. We've got 31 still. I want to make sure I answer all your questions, and I will have this video recorded. Go ahead, Dee.
Oh, John Zito, are you on? Can you ask your questions?
Hey, can you guys hear me okay?
Hello, John.
Hey, how you doing? Yeah, I got, boy, a lot of them.
Good.
Let me just see here. So, as I understand it, the membership is free. Normally, it's what? How much is it? I'm sorry, because I had to step away from it if I'm asking you to repeat yourself.
No problem. So they're going to be about, I think it's like $49 a year or something like this for those that choose to build the business.
Okay, got that. So you get your website for that, is that correct?
That's correct, yes.
And then, so it's 12 months. And then, are there any ongoing fees or requirements to participate?
So depending on how big you want to play into the compensation plan on this, they are going to have a CV, monthly subscription type thing for people to be part of, with like digital nutrition or something like this. I don't know all the ins and outs of that, to be honest with you, because so far the company hasn't really, you know, we're just opening up in the United States, and I'm not too familiar. Tammy, have you heard anything lately from that at all, Tammy?
So again, just so you know, John, the $49 fee, it is free to sign up right now. Anybody that signs up between now and May 1st will not pay that fee. As of May 1st, we will have that $49 fee for the business side, which will be a yearly fee. And then say the second part of the question, John.
Yeah, I think I understood that. Ongoing fees and requirements, like you have to purchase a certain amount of things, or is there any other fee associated with participating in the compensation plan?
Okay, so what I would say to that is basically you have to think of it this way. When someone purchases their own Healy, they can utilize the programs or the frequencies that come with whatever level they choose to participate at, whether it's the Gold, Holistic Plus, or Resonance. Ongoing fees will be something like a subscription. So like John, the digital nutrition subscription that I just talked about, where it's an app that's available that can scan your body, report your nutrient deficiencies, and then support your body's ability to extract and metabolize the nutrients. It would be, in my opinion, let's say that's $69 a month for a subscription. that would be better than me buying, you know, $400 worth of supplements that are my cells healthy enough to even absorb. So things like that will take you into monthly subscriptions, but there's not an actual fee, and people can choose to participate or not, and choose what, again, it's going to be what your body needs and what you want access to, as far as like the digital nutrition app and all of that. And there will be more and more programs rolled out.
Okay. I think I get that part. And how do you qualify to earn commissions, and what commissions do you earn when you sell a unit?
Okay. Perfect. So when you come into it, and you, let's say, sign up your first people there, I'm trying to get Tina Deal into this right here. Okay, there you go. So when you come up, when you bring someone into this, there is upfront commissions that you get. For example, I'm just using rough numbers here, but again, the compensation is $500, $1,000, $1,500, let's see, $2,400 for those 4 levels right there. If I sell one of the smaller ones, basically it's like $100 commission. If I sell the bigger ones, between like $500 and $550 roughly, somewhere around there for the top level compensation plan. There also is a 30-day fast start bonus, which if you, for example, bring 3 people at the highest level, you can get a free device. If you bring 3 people in for other levels, they'll actually advance you from one level to the next level and give you more programs, for example, on that.
Okay.
Talk more about that, John. But then it's a binary compensation plan with an 8-level deep of check match also on this. So it's basically like a 10% check match on all your frontline people that you bring into this. So for example, if my friend Ken and them brought in actually, let's say I sponsored Tammy, for example, I'd make 10% of what Tammy makes on all the sales minus a certain part of that little bit right there. And then on the other levels deep down, the other 7 levels right there, going 8 levels deep, is basically 5% check match on all those levels right there. And then you've got your binary compensation plan aspect with 15% pay on the weaker of the leg too. So this thing really drives itself though. It seems like people that come on board with this, they almost have 2 people ready to go before they even have got theirs in the mail, is what I've experienced in this. So
yeah, I actually, so thanks. I actually have some very specific questions. So when you say it's a binary, so it's a point system. So if you sell a $500 subscription, I understand the upfront cash is around 20%, and that's cool. How many points does one get to flow into the binary when you sell a $500 a sale, and then the matching bonus, is that on the binary point system only of your people, or is it on everything they own?
It's on
or everything they earn.
Yeah, John. So the check match is on the binary point system, from what I understand. Correct, Tammy?
Yeah, that's probably correct. Okay, and how many points do you?
I do have a file for that. I'll send over to you, John, on the compensation plan, what the point systems are, the point values for their thing. Sorry, that's just not something I'm a professional in right there.
That's okay.
My first paycheck actually today. So.
No, cool. So, and also the points, do they accumulate or do they ever flush?
They do not flush.
Okay, cool.
I love that.
And then as far as compression, so if you have someone on your, say, 3rd level and then they become inactive essentially and they opt out of the company, what happens to that spot? Does your number 4 move up? Is it like dynamic compression, or do you lose that spot?
It's 8 levels compressed, John.
So no matter, so your first 8 level that are available.
Well, that are active, we'll say that. So it's
that's what I mean. Okay, sure. Okay, cool. Well, I think that, I'm in.
Yeah, it's a no-brainer. It really is awesome. Thank you, John.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Anyone else? I think you asked all the questions, John.
Thank you so much, Ryan. Appreciate your time today.
Yeah, thank you. And it's just really amazing connecting with all you today. Just like, wow, this is just so awesome to see so many phenomenal people on the call today. And so just whatever I can do to help you guys, please give me a call back. looking through these, I'm going to go browse through these questions one more time on the side here. Will this help RSD, reflex systematic, just nerve damage from accidents? I like to be very sensitive in what I say when it comes to, will it help with certain things? Because I do believe that frequency has an effect on our nerves. I've seen people with neuropathy have stories of using Healy in a positive way. Like my friend, he had a arthritis in his arm, and 30 something years old, and he would have to wear a brace all the time. And after using the Healy one time, I was like, gosh, what are you doing with this big old brace? You're like 30 something years old, right? He went 2 weeks without feeling like he had to use that again. And that was from what I've seen. So I think that frequency definitely has an effect with nerves. Let me see here. Foods have frequencies. Okay, we got some quotes here. All right. How frequencies are, okay. I think that is all for now, guys. Is there anything else I'm missing for now, or are we good? I think we're good. Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ryan.
All right. We'll see you all around, okay? Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Take care.